As you can see, this set gets cooler every time we do it. Today it's just me and CeaSoN.
What up?
Welcome to the zoo. This is KRYPTiC.
Special guest in the building.
This is a long-time friend. We go way back. Way back. How you been doing?
Living. Always living the life.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Tell them how far back we go. What do you remember?
So I remember first meeting him at the Toledo Summerfest in like 2012, 2013. Yeah.
Way back.
And
2013.
I met him there. I seen him perform. I bought one of his CDs, which I still have today, the Perfect Dark mixtape. And I fucking, since then, I just admired the fuck out of this guy because he's a fucking beast on the mic. And he's just like very well business oriented. And it inspires me.
Man, that was my third show ever.
Yeah.
That was Summer Festival. They never let us come back because there was like crazy things happened that day. Like someone we knew came in with a stroller, and he had like a 40 in the stroller on the bottom, and he got caught with drinking the 40 running around the festival campground area. And that wasn't our fault. That was his fault for bringing that in, and we didn't tell him to bring that in. None of us were getting drunk. We were just excited to have the show and to be able to throw it in front of because it was like 250 people there, in Toledo, and it was like my hometown. So that was it felt like good energy. I'm like, this is my third show. I feel like I'm a rapper now, you know?
Dude, I thought at my first show, I thought I was a rapper, bro. I was like, I'm about to get this first show going. Everybody that I was coming up with, I didn't see anybody doing shows, and so it's like, for me to be on a stage in front of people was like, oh shit, I'm a rapper. And then
our very first show was at the Blacklight Lounge, and we came up there was 150 people at least in the room, and all the money went to women's rights. That was the first show I ever had. It went to this women's shelter out here, and where they hide out and they seek help when they're getting abused in a relationship or something, or something's going on in the family, and they donated all the money that night. Very first show I had, I brought all my people out. I'm kind of stuttering and stammering, and I'm not very good on the mic, and I got a little better, but by the time we're doing that, that's the third show we've thrown, so we're it's a big deal, and then the kid gets caught with the 40 in the stroller, and then my buddy, he gave a balloon that was tied to the stage to my niece, and everybody took pictures of it. Oh, it's so cute, and everybody was like, oh. And then this old lady that ran the committee at Summer Festival stomped on stage, and mid-song, this guy's performing mid-song. It was Rizzle and his crew, but it was Bo Bidness that got the mic taken from him, and she just snags it from him. She's like, listen up, these are decorations, don't take them off, don't touch them. And she just got super upset that that a rapper took a decoration off the stage and gave it to the kid, because they're supposed to use the stage the next day, and blah blah blah. They could
over balloon?
Yeah, it's a balloon. It was a balloon, bro.
Balloon.
And they got so pissed at us, and when I tried to come back, they rejected my reaching out and everything. So it was a good one opportunity to throw a dope ass show in our hometown, you were there. That's crazy. I don't even remember who all was there. It was kind of a blur, because you're in your hometown. You
were from Toledo, or
no?
You were just out there doing a show?
He was super young. You gotta be 14.
I was,
damn.
15. I was living in Staten. And my first show was in Eugene.
Yeah.
I met these guys through Reverb Nation, and because I would go through and I'd add everybody,
When you were Too Lazy?
Yeah, well, this was even before then. This was when I was just on my own, kind of, and my sister actually moved out to Toledo and for a summer, because that's where her ex-husband's parents lived.
Yeah.
And so I moved out with her for a summer, and, just so happened to go down to the skate park a couple weeks before that, and I rapped to a bunch of kids at the skate park and like slanged a bunch of CDs that I had like drawn on myself, you know. Like, and I met this girl there, and then she ended up being my girlfriend for 2 weeks, and then that's when like she was like, oh, let's go. There's this big thing. It's really super cool. It's called the Summerfest thing here in Toledo. Come to it with me. And so I was like, sure, I don't got anything better to do, it's the summer, fuck it. So I go out with her and end up meeting him, because I heard hip hop coming from far back. I actually think I reached out to him about being on the show, and then they were like, no, we don't have any like more opening slots. And so I was like, okay. And then I remember that, oh shit, this shit is happening here. Yeah. So I went to it, met him.
That's dope. Bro, still came though, like, and showed up, and then we like end up working together more and more as the days pass. Like you kind of jumped through crews, and I ended up with GroundUp and run through working with like Ryan Carrera and all these people, and Ari. Obviously, like Ari was the big connection where like we would like cross paths on a lot of shows. Like it's crazy. Like there's a lot of history. It's a lot of history.
That's dope. Yep. Yeah, that's dope.
And it's crazy that it just happens. Like, I mean, that was about because that was like what. Like 2012, 2013. I'd only been like actually performing since 2011, and like I was only doing like Eugene shows because that's the only place that I knew where to get. Like I didn't know anybody in Salem. Even though I lived so close, I didn't know anybody. So I was just like.
I think I lived in Albany back then too. Yeah. Like so, I was in Albany trying to get to Salem. Mm-hmm. I was like trying to backpack and get in there, like same as you, I think. Like
yeah, I actually met Mob Royal. He was the first guy that put me on a show in Salem.
Mob,
and that was at the end of 2011. Is when I did that show with him. That was my third show.
You said 2011?
2011.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my third show. Was Mob Royal show because I had done 2 shows prior to that with TNC Niner in Eugene. Mm-hmm. And that was the only places, like, Eugene was the only place that was providing me shows. No, it was at A-Frame.
Oh.
Yeah, A-Frame.
Even further back.
Yeah. I got the A-Frame shut down, by the way.
Bro, right now that you said Mob Royale, I'm trying to remember when the first time I met you was, but I remember, and it's crazy how connections work, right? Mm-hmm. When I first started doing music around 2008, it was just me fucking writing over people's raps, right? Yeah. Like 50 Cent or Ludacris or whatever. Yeah. And then in like Mob, when you said Mob, I was like the first person that I ever saw on a stage was Mob, right? And then I followed Mob, and then it's crazy because the person that used to do my tattoos, he was in the studio working on an album. His name was Stutterbug. And he so I was able to gain connection from him too, and then he was telling me he was in the studio with Too Short and all that, so it was dope, right? And then so me following Mob let me meet that guy, which then in tune brought me into this hip hop scene. Yeah. So like. Yeah. Right now that you said, like, it seems Mob's been around for a while, and
my first time seeing you might have been at either. Maybe a King of the Mic or before that, like a Salem Cypher.
It might have been. I can't remember. I think
I was introduced to you through Theory.
Theory, yep.
And on a show or something, but I think it was a competition. It was either Salem Cypher or King of the Mic.
It might have been he brought me to you, and you. I think you were coming back from the Words to Remember tour, and then he brought me to you and said, "Hey, put him on a show." Like sure enough. Like that same month,
at the
maybe
Triangle
or something
too,
like that.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope.
Steve's, I'm gonna take a shot.
CeaSoN.
Shot of coffee, but CeaSoN and KRYPTiC. I just wanted to establish that, like, you guys. When did you guys meet? Like,
I can't remember, man. Honestly,
through you for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It has to be at like one of the early maybe Shotsky shows.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. Yep. Like that's a fact. Yeah, it has to be. It had to have been at Shotsky's. Yeah. Because that's around the time when I remember you guys were coming around. So yeah, and then dude, it's been a lot of history with Born Broke. Like I was there I don't know how established you guys were as Born Broke at that time when I first met you, but to see where it's at now is like, it's crazy, bro. Like, you guys went from doing shows at Shotsky's to that I know, you know, you probably been at it longer than that, but from seeing you guys just in a matter of what, probably 2 years, a year, and like that I met you guys, and you guys just like on tour now, state to state tours. Yeah. And that has to be respected for sure. Like
that definitely.
Yep. And then you guys are pretty young. Yeah. So to know that you guys at this young age with the mentality to know this is what I want to do and you guys are doing it, respect.
Thank you, man.
Well, it's like he was on the scene when I started on the scene at the same exact time, and he's just like 14, 15 years old.
But was it Born
15 years old? Like,
yeah.
It was like before Born Broke.
Okay, so it was before Born Broke, yeah.
Yeah, like and I feel like I was introduced to him through, like, officially, where we, like, got to know each other.
Yeah.
Was through, like, John Nelson. Like, because John Nelson started booking us on a bunch of shows, and we're with, like, Twisted Insane. There was, like, the Mafia 6 or whatever.
Yeah,
it was, like...
Yeah, I did 2 Twisted Insane shows, a Chilla Stilla show.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the
Whitney Payton came
show.
through.
Yeah, Whitney Payton came through. I wasn't on that, but...
You were there, right?
Yeah. It's crazy to, like, think how much history there is just in the last, like, 10 years.
Yep.
You know, you look by next year, it's going to be 10 years, and that's, like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I'm only 24, so at this point now, it's, like, you know, I have to, like, you say the tour and stuff, like, in my, like, mentality, I've been here long enough, and, like... Yeah. You know, I feel like it just comes with the territory of just, like, exceeding and trying to push forward with what you want to do, because that's what I want to do. I don't want to be...
You guys got a lot booked, right? Like, tons coming up.
9 shows for the tour. We've got appearances. We're doing 2 radio appearances so far. We've got We've got a smoke shop on 420 that we're going to go in and chill and play our songs. And we're not performing or anything. We're just, you know, hanging out, signing albums, you know.
That's dope.
That's over on Dizzy's Smoke Shop here in Salem.
Yeah.
Right off Commercial.
Shouts out to Dizzy's.
Yeah.
Blake out there. Blake Dixon.
We just locked in yesterday a live. So this is cool. I feel like this is gonna be really dope because it's something nobody's ever really like done before. So like, at least like in the hip hop scene that I can tell out here, you know, I've seen it kind of happen like where people like make movies, but what we're gonna do is at the Comedy Theater, the Capital City Theater downtown. We are going to do this like live viewing of like our vlogs, our music videos, some unreleased footage, and some premieres of like new shit. Dope. So that's gonna be June 6th, and we're gonna be basically like commentating, have a panel where we just kind of talk and
ask questions, Q&As and whatnot. Dope. That's dope.
You know, everybody can come sit down with us and just watch our fucking creations that, you know, Tyson and Caleb and myself and everybody on Born Broke has like come together to make. So I feel like that's going to be fun to kind of, you know, live through those moments again with everybody.
Yeah,
like
that's dope.
Get people's reactions and try to do something different and new.
So right now the run that you're going on, I noticed you said, you know, you got radio appearances and whatnot.
Yeah.
I like to see that artists are taking more into consideration more the podcasting promotion, the radio promotion. Shout out to DJ O, shout out to Swan. Like, it's dope that, you know, you guys are going out to these places, like, and that's the right mentality that we should be having right now as artists, that as soon as we go on these runs, that's something that has to be done. Like, do your Googles and your research on the people in the states that you guys are going to, and just like find someone and then post. Look, like is there anyone that you know that could get me connected in the city that can like get my word out? And like, I see you guys doing it, but that's what I want to see more people out here doing it. Do that same thing, because that could be some like you guys are pretty much laying a blueprint out for everybody right now. to let them know like this is what we're doing to get here. Like it's not a mystery. Like when we were coming up, I wanted to be like, yo, like and I'm gonna just say 50 because I said 50 earlier. 50, what, like how'd you get on this tour, or how'd you connect with this person? Like I'm sure they went out, network, did their thing. I mean, it was probably harder then, but because they don't have the internet like that now. But like that hustle that makes you want to be seen in that city or state or wherever you're going to is like dope.
Yeah, what I've learned is make every single thing you do an event. So make it a party. Make it something that someone wants to see and wants to go to or wants to do themselves. So like when it comes to like booking shows, you know, I want to make sure every single show is an event, something that nobody's ever really experienced before.
I feel that.
Even like, and you say the interviews and stuff. The interviews, you know, those are events in themselves where you need to, you know, hey, I'm on the radio. You know, check out my songs.
Yeah.
Maybe I might be, you know, your next favorite artist. Who knows? Yeah.
We know so many people that we felt like we could do this podcast with, like between me, CeaSoN, Imposter, Riz, like any one of us can be here at any given time. We can all have conversations with people. Like we're gonna be more open to people about situations and how we feel and like how we feel about like our releases and stuff like that. Like it's an opportunity to get like more vulnerable to people who want to see like where your head is really at, you know, like because I feel like a lot goes into creating an album, a lot goes into creating the singles that you guys make, a lot goes into putting together these shows, like making them happen, like a lot goes into running the crew and making sure everybody gets recording time and like the process of like
just posting on Facebook.
Yeah, bro, that was
posting on Facebook is so.
That was the
hard.
issue for me, bro. Like seeing cause I follow the industry close, right? And like I see what they're doing in here. Like it's sad to see just someone post a project that they worked on for 6 to a year, and then like just post it on there and be like, here, share the link, and I was doing that for a while and I was just like, that's not working. Like I went through the tag 99 people, message everybody individually, like I went through all that and I just figured out it wasn't working for me, bro. And I was just like, and then like these artists now, bro, they're like going to podcasting, going to radio, touching the people in the streets, and that's what we should be doing instead of here's a link, go have someone share it. And then it's just like when I brought an idea like this to them, Riz and Aaron, I was just like, bro, like we need to celebrate the people that are actually putting in the work. And I was just like, because for them to hear it from here specifically, the audience like that we have, not only helps you, it helps us, and we help each other, and then boom, like your message is out, bro, instead of just posting it in a one single place. Because a lot of people don't use Facebook, a lot of people don't use Instagram, a lot of people don't use that at all. Sometimes they just listen to like podcasting, and bro, like
for maximum reach, you gotta like post on all.
You gotta post
like,
everywhere, bro. The radio, people listen to radio still, despite like, you know, contrary to popular belief, like that's still there. Like you I mean, it's not given in the form of radio per se, but like sometimes if you put it on YouTube, dude, that shit'll get numbers because that's where the radio space is right now, like the internet.
And you guys been doing your podcast, right? Like with the
it's a vlog.
It's a vlog, yeah.
The vlog is dope, bro. I enjoy like I thoroughly enjoy the vlogs, bro. Like the content that you guys are like just spitting out there is just like nobody else is doing it, bro. I have that idea in my head to want to do it, bro. Yeah. And then I just like I don't have a camera, my phone sucks. I don't have the money to get all this. I can't do it right now.
We got a lot of footage from the tour that I still have to put together for stuff too. Like just basically just footage of us being miserable.
Nah, but I think aside from all that, I think it's the fact that like we see your guys' struggle and it's real, and then you guys, despite the fact that you guys might be struggling, you guys are still laughing and making the content, and it's like it's selfless, right? Because you're doing it for purposes that you want to be seen, but I don't know if you realize it, but it's like for people's joy and entertainment, then they want to see that kind of stuff.
What I think it is that it's like honest content.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
And like we're able to not really stress on it.
Yeah.
You know, Tyson doesn't really stress too much on the vlogs because it's like he's gonna put them together and he's just gonna see how it goes.
Yeah, when the puzzle pieces come, they come.
Yeah. He's filming the whole thing, so he knows where there's certain parts where it could be good to just kind of make, you know, a joke or, you know, something like that. But the whole vlogs are just honest comedy.
Bro.
Like I think the last vlog was the only vlog that we had like somewhat of a skit baseline. Yeah. But that was just because I had a security jacket. Yeah. And Tyson had these sunglasses, and so he was just like, "You can't be doing that." So like. That's
funny, bro. Yeah. Nah, I wanna highlight that. You know, you know, we're talking Kayla, we're talking you know, with you, Tyson. Like, how did the team come about? Because like you guys haven't been friends for longer than you've been doing music, right?
No. So. The history of Born Broke is so like long. It's kind of weird because I started Born Broke in 2015 and there was a total of 6 members. Yeah. It was me, Eden, Kid Phantom, Chris Tabor, D-Lo, and Drew. And then we gained Too Lazy later on that year. I had been working with Too Lazy a lot before then, but like we never really discussed him being a part of Born Broke. Yeah. And so we put him on Born Broke. Later, he would want to put on his sister, or not sister, his wife's brother, Noah. No offense, he's on. We put him on around 2017.
Noah's dope, man. He needs to do more music. I'm calling him out.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Where you at, Noah?
I need some music.
We're actually having a meeting today, so we're going to discuss that in the meeting too. But we definitely need more No Offense music. But so we lose 2 members. We're down to myself, Kid Phantom, D-Lo, Chris Tabor, Drew, and Noah. So
who'd you drop?
We dropped Eden and Too Lazy.
Okay.
Because he, you know, he's just too lazy. Eden, that was a relationship thing. It wasn't really business, so we pushed away from that. We're back. So anyway,
boom.
So at this point, there's 6 of us. This is around like 2018, where there's just kind of like, you know, I'm just doing shows to do shows, just kind of making music to make music, and I get wind that, I kind of get wind that Daydreamer is like wanting to, you know, join the group because we talk at a couple shows here and there, and he's just kind of like...
He was rocking tons of shows. We were all rocking tons of shows.
Bro, that's
Daydreamer was going on tours. He was, you know, just, you know, pounding through shows. People loved to book him, you know, and so to get word that he's wanting to look into us to be part of the group was like extremely like satisfying for me because I loved his music like right off the bat. And he's just, you know...
Everybody gets along with him.
Yeah, everybody gets along. He's not trying to hurt nobody. Yeah. He's not trying to, like, you know, be a dick. He's always just himself, you know, so, and he's honest. So that was what was cool about him. Yeah. And then later on, 2018, I go to a party. He's there. We're kicking it. We're fucking going crazy. He had just went through a breakup not too long ago, so he was kind of mourning that. We talked around then too. You know, I told him I support him and that I hope he gets, you know, through it. I was going through my own personal stuff at the time too, so we connected on that. We meet up at this party. We're just, you know, going wild, you know, trying to make music together, you know, trying to make music, but the party was more important, kind of. Yeah. And then we kind of drop off a little bit. I end up... This is the shortened version, by the way. If I were to go into like how much depth,
it's all good.
You know, I get to like Christmas. We meet up at our friend at the time, Brain Damage's house. Meet up at his house, have a conversation. He wants to be a part of Born Broke. I told him I would wait to tell him if it was good because I wanted to make sure I had the necessary things in place, you know, to put him on my team. Mm-hmm. And so
Resources,
yeah. And so, like, from there, I give him like a couple weeks before I like tell him, you know, we're gonna do something dope and put you on the team. Put him on the team. I get him a music video shoot. I just did the Oxygen music video back in November of 2018. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna get you a video shoot with DeAndre Collective Films, and I'm gonna blast this out there and try to get, you know, as much attention from this, because you need a professional music video and you need, you know, actual backing, and that's what I do, you know. So yeah, we get Daydreamer signed, we push him like crazy, and then he takes off really well. We end up doing a tour that April, Casket Confessions tour, and then I had met this guy Rosie, who went by a different name at the time. He and I meet through a mutual friend at work, and he makes music. He showed me his music. I was like, oh, this is not good. and then you know, eventually, you know, we grew to be friends. He was actually really dope, and he makes really good music. But we signed him.
What's that video with the clown? He has a clown.
Oh, White Lies. White Lies. Look up Rosie White Lies on YouTube.
Yo, that's. I want to touch on something you said. You said with Rosie, when you heard he showed you his music, and you said it was not that good.
Yeah.
How did he take that?
He was like, okay, because, you know, I didn't want to just tell him flat out, you know. I didn't want to be that guy. So I was just like, definitely needs some work, you know, definitely could use this and that. And he knew.
Did he swing on you?
No. He knew what I was like.
A lot of people will.
No, he was pretty understanding. He had a learning mind, so he was like, yeah, that's some good pointers, dope. You know.
Yeah. We
get that taken care of. He starts coming around a lot more, hanging out and stuff. Yeah. He comes with us to Sage the Gemini back in January of 2018 or 2019 that I did. He was just hanging around. He brings his friend Cash, who goes by Fallen. He comes around the summertime. They both start. Yeah,
I called him Flynn for a while. Flynn. I was like, it was like FLN is how he spells it. Yeah. And I was like, hey, what up, Flynn? And they're like, no. Fallen, all right.
Yeah. So those two start coming around. We start making, like, this is around the time where we just start like hammering out songs during the summer of 2019. We make Air Conditioner, we make 30 Rack, we make this song called Lean Field, Stupid,
30 Rack's
Over
crazy.
You,
it's like
Crowded.
A country song that's like they're in overalls and they have like straw hats.
Go
watch
like, that. You're gonna thoroughly enjoy it.
It's crazy.
I was just thinking about that video the other day, and I posted it, and I was like, man, I can't wait for summer, because like that video was such a dope video to shoot, because literally we just pull up on my dad's farm, party the fuck out.
Hey, bro, we need to. I want to get that link. To put that in the description at the bottom, because you guys need to watch this, bro.
Yeah. So we start pumping out tracks. I ended up putting Fallen on first. I signed Fallen first because he had just finished a music video with Mr. Nice Tie, who's our videographer, which he came in back in January as well with Daydreamer. We ended up all meeting up at the same time, getting a feel for each other. He actually picked me up when I wrecked my car and hit a deer. That was the first time I ever met him. He was in the car after picking me up from like wrecking my car, so that was cool. Just like a lot of like just intertwining with people, you know. I met Fallen through Rosie, who I had met from a mutual friend at work. Yeah. You know, me and Daydreamer go way back to doing shows, you know, together, and then we end up, you know, just kicking it at some parties and fucking getting a tune and actually fucking doing it. He admired our fucking hustle in Born Broke, and he admired the people that were in Born Broke. You know, so it was just a good fit. So now the team looks, it's Daydreamer, myself,
solid,
D-Lo, Kid Phantom, Rosie, Fallen, No Offense, and Chris Tabor.
So you got about 10 acts on
Four.
8.
8. And then if you want to count DJ Byro and Mr. Nice Tie, who also does music now,
they're always there.
So Byro's a part of Born Broke?
Yeah, Byro's our official DJ.
Dope.
And then obviously, you know, we have like the behind the scenes people like George Valdez, who does all our graphics.
Yeah.
I do a lot of graphics too. We've got, you know, you guys that help, you know, record and stuff like that. They're the GroundUp Studios, you know.
Yeah, man. We're sitting on so much material here that's like it's still coming. Like
I see the board right now, and it says KRYPTiC, and it's got 7 on it.
7 tracks being mixed right now.
I record a lot of shit here.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's dope. Well, I know you you mentioned how many people were in the group now to back then. I didn't know if I don't know if I caught it. Did you say how Drew fell off?
So there was a personal issue between myself and Drew and Anna Jean. I don't really want to get into it, so I will just say that it was a personal difference and a personal decision, and now they are no longer associated with Born Broke Die Famous at this time. We'll see in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Rory. Dope.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people don't see out here, like
because we're all human, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're all human. We do like we were talking about, you know, these interviews and these you know, public, you know, basically viewing parties.
Yeah.
For people to kind of see that we are human, you know.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? And I think it's really great to do these types of things like we were talking about earlier, because it kind of gives people a look into the world that they may not be seeing just through Facebook posts.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, certain things like that.
Yeah, like for me, I stepped back a little bit from the scene last year. A lot of it had to do with the fact that we were in the music scene, that it just kind of got out of control. And then like I had to sit down and just reflect on like the way I got out of character at some point. Just felt like I wasn't being authentic.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why I changed the name, and then it just like season in the full sense of the word means like a whole new season, like we're resetting fresh, and just like, you know, the reason I'm not performing any of the music before is just I didn't feel like I was being authentic. Like it was true story, but didn't feel authentic. Didn't feel like it was me, and so like
it's a much more like
like
heartwarming feeling
for sure. Yeah, and then so developing those thoughts and feelings throughout the last year without having to do music. The project that I was supposed to release just didn't feel like I was there. And then like now coming back with the new stuff, it just like it's dope to you want to be showing your life because that's what we signed up for. Like you want to be as public as possible, but sometimes you just need to like step back and be like, who am I portraying to the people? And then once you know that, come back and then just destroy that shit. So
he went through a transformation.
To pimp a butterfly. So I want to talk about your music, bro. Where are you at in the music right now? Because I know right now you're doing you seem like you're in A&R like business mode. Like you're overseeing you know, with Daydreamer releasing, like, you know, I know you weren't in full effect artist mode. Like it seemed like you were help pushing that. So then I saw that side and I could see that, but
bro, I feel like he's always in artist mode.
I mean, but from what I'm seeing though, you know, because you're being artist mode in the background, but like the whole light right now was being shone on like this is Born Broke, and then Daydreamer's up next, and then I saw Daydreamer drop. Of course, you had music in between that, but like is this year? You know, you're going on tour, but what's gonna happen after that? Like, you got a project dropping, or?
So at the moment, what I'm doing. So do you want to know the like artist side or the? Because I do fluctuate between being an artist and doing the behind the scenes stuff like booking shows, pushing, promoting, and stuff like that. When it comes to my art, I'm always doing it. I'm always just like, I want to create something all the time. I want to create my existence. So, you know, that just kind of comes as it goes, you know, when I feel it.
So then a better question to ask is, do you feel like you're more artist mode and then the business mode, or how do you tell when to distinguish the two? Like, when do you know this is when I'm going on full artist mode, and then like everything else is like I made sure everything was set.
Yeah.
So when I'm in this mode, like, you don't intertwine the two to get mixed up, and then just like how does that keep you from focusing?
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying, because it's hard to do one and the other. Like, and I'll give you an example. Someone who's trying to be a producer, but then is also an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you know when you're jumping on this side, and if you're not jumping too far on this side, that you're not focused on this side?
True. I think it's determined by your process of scheduling.
Yeah.
So like, for me, you know, I just dropped a song 2 weeks or about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, just as a basically hold off people for, you know, something greater, because
Right.
I had released an EP last year, which was a collection of songs that I was
Yep.
just dropping, you know. So, you know, everything that I drop from here on out is going to be pretty new to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of material that I've recorded here that I come to, you know, as much as I can in the time periods that I need to.
Yeah, you're like setting up shows, doing promo, managing all this
Yeah.
stuff. You're recording. He's like you just dropped a track, right?
Yeah.
Like what's
Yeah.
the track was the white
hot intensity of fuck.
of 1,000 Suns.
Yeah, the white hot intensity of 1,000 Suns.
Where
Yeah.
that was the name of the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
what was that song for? Tell us, guys.
so-
I think that's a special thing, right?
Well,
Yeah,
I want to get
so-
to that, but
Yeah.
finish saying what you were saying. Like, how do you know when to distinguish?
So with music, for me, it's a gut feeling.
Yeah.
So when I feel like something is perfect, when I feel like something is ready to be, you know, released, I will turn my attention more to it.
Okay.
But for now, it's always kind of a background.
So you're not in
Yeah.
the mentality of dropping projects. You're just making
Yeah,
the music.
yeah. I
Okay.
just make the music and I'll feel it.
Okay.
Like, I'll feel a project when I feel it.
Right.
You know, but until then, it's just strictly writing, recording what I have.
For me, it's kind of
feeling it.
chaotic, bro. Like
Yeah.
I feel like as a person who like kind of oversees a lot of things and does a lot of things like at the same time. Like I book shows, I record music. Like I got albums stacked here. Like I feel like it's all about action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the more actions you take, the more things you execute. Like the more you accomplish. Like it doesn't matter. Like I try not to like put up a barrier between like the artist and the promoter and the
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Because then you start to get annoyed at the aspects. Because you're like, you can become annoyed with yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
you're like.
It's like, why am I not fucking recording right now? when
Yeah,
I'm
like
just
you're going
fucking
against
booking
your
this-
own thing. Like
Yeah.
so, I kind of just like go with each action as it comes. You know, like that's how I usually take it. But it's different for everybody. I think because some people got to compartmentalize it and like kind of like have it organized where it's like. You know, like people have planners too. Like there's people out there just planning. Like
I actually just got a planner the other day.
Yeah.
On Christmas. My girl
so-
got one for me.
I write things in my notes in my phone. Like my phone has a notes section. I just got random, just massive amounts of just like I'll come up with an idea or something, or like come like something that I want to remind myself to do, or talk to this person, blah blah blah. Like I just I'm constantly writing that kind of stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
Like,
especially when I'm in, because like I've started to kind of do it. Like what I wanted to do was 2 tours a year, but at the moment, after this tour, which ends in June, I'll be taking maybe a hiatus. Sobolo is going on tour. Daydreamer's album. I'm one of the opening acts. Delo's one of the opening acts, and Rizzle Music from GroundUp is also one of the opening acts now. And then DJ
I'm rocking
Byro.
Lincoln City with you guys.
Yeah, he's rocking Lincoln City. Shit, we could probably put you on the Salem show.
Yeah, if I get some music, because I'm not performing any of my old music anymore.
Okay.
So I'm just working
waiting
on
for Go Season.
I'll try to get something for you, bro. I got music that's like ready to be released, but like.
Well, that's in June.
Yeah.
The
The
Salem
we'll
date
good.
is June 5th.
Yeah, we'll be good. I think. Yeah, that'd be dope.
But I just I think I'm gonna maybe take a hiatus I might drop something.
Yeah.
You know, I have to drop something. I feel like I owe it to everybody. I haven't. I've been dropping so many, like just I dropped the White Hot Intensity with Thousand Suns, but that was not even like a month before that. There was a collab track that just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped a collab with them.
You were on Daydreamers.
Yeah, I was on one. Yeah, Daydreamers album back in November when it dropped.
You were in your brother's project too. Right?
I was on
Kid
Johnny's
Phantoms,
project.
Yeah, an EP.
I had an EP that was last year.
You're still active. You're still
I'm always active. There will never be a time when there will not be a KRYPTiC song.
That's for sure. Yeah,
somewhere.
I see a KRYPTiC collaboration a lot of times. Yeah.
I just did a track with ThatKidCry, who is Zodiac, Kid Phantom, Take Quiz, Alum, and CZ.
Right.
They all did a.
My dude T-Rail was
together.
just hitting me up the other day. He said yesterday he hit me up and said he's got a song coming.
Yeah. I got T-Rail Baker on a song.
Man, it's
yo, I got a bone to pick with you, Terrell. So when you hear this, you gotta hit me up because I need my collab back too. That's just been sitting on there for like 2 years. Nah, but so back to the song that you just dropped, bro.
Yeah.
What's that about?
So it's funny. I made the song for my girlfriend. Yeah, it's actually a really cute story. I made the song for my girlfriend because she for some reason always wanted a song wrote about her. So she would tell me this I've always wanted a song wrote about me. I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
So he did it.
And so I did it, and I surprised it to her on Christmas. I gave her the gift on Christmas. I was like, all right, now come listen to this cool thing that I made for you. So I surprised her with that, and that was actually the same morning that I found out that I'm having a baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, me and my girl are 11 weeks now, and
That's crazy.
So I wanted to give that to everybody. We both decided that we wanted to release it because she was like, "Why don't you release it? Why don't you release it?" And I'm like, "I want to. I just want to, make it perfect.
Yeah.
For everybody." And I finally got to sit in the studio, make sure everything was set, which we really did not touch the song at all. we just we listened to it over again, and I was like, "That sounds good." And she was like, "That sounds good." And so we were like, all right, let's release it for everybody.
Boom.
And we released it with the announcement that we're having a baby.
Dope.
So you're going to be busy.
I'm going to be very busy after tour.
He's got to take a hiatus, he was saying.
Her due date is September 1st. Yeah, so after probably August, there's not going to be much that I'm doing other than changing diapers. So that's going to be cool. I think I'm going to take
it's a beautiful
6
thing,
months.
man.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing. I'm very blessed to have the person that I'm with. She's incredible.
That's dope.
I'm
she killed it in that Crowded video.
Yeah. She stars in the Crowded video. We're gonna definitely have more projects together because
Bro, I never stress enough to say how important it is when your woman holds you down when you're doing something like this.
No,
so
she.
I love you, baby. I love
she
you, Michelle.
is the best, man.
Yeah, man. I see she supports you. Cry's woman supports him. Rizzo's woman supports him. Matt's woman supports him. My lady supports me 1000%. To see that, when I'm around people that are supported by people that are supporting the person they care about, that's dope, bro. And I've seen it in full effect how she supports you, and that shit's dope. That you guys are having a baby together, that's dope.
My woman's in that room out yonder, just over there, watching all the babies for me.
It's dope.
I do a podcast with a bunch of rappers. We
and it's fully understood.
And,
that's the best part.
What are you expecting, a boy or a girl?
I am gonna be grateful either way.
Right, for sure.
She wants a girl. I'm okay with a girl. I'm okay with a boy.
Yeah.
I'm very open to both.
You have no preference?
I have no preference. I like the world to take its reins. I let things kind of play out.
For sure.
Whether it be a boy or a girl, I'm gonna love it the same. So I'm not really worried about it.
It's crazy.
I'm kind of excited to see what it could be.
It's crazy. I remember when when he announced that he was having a baby, because I remember he had a song and he had showed me the song before he knew about the babies, or before he knew what the sex of the babies were gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember hearing that song and then watching his video, and then later on seeing the finishing product. Like, he was like, I know I said I was having a baby, but now I'm having two.
Yeah.
And then it was like he got both. So that's crazy.
It's crazy to incorporate your music with like your life, because that's all I feel like all the people that come in here and work, like everybody's like just kind of giving you a little bit of their life, like in music. So like when these big life events happen, like I had a baby shower that was a hip hop show at Triangle, and they brought, like fans brought presents and stuff. Like,
that's crazy.
Like, and then like it's like we fucking I can go back. It's cool making these music videos because you got Crowded, you got we shot a music video with Rizzle, right? Like, so you and your lady are both in there, right? Like, that's a time when it's gonna be like kind of in stone that in that video, like you go back, like, oh, you were pregnant, like in this video.
That's crazy.
Like,
look back at it. Yep.
You don't look at that right now, but like I look back at that kind of stuff. Like I the first time I ever really hung out with Michelle, and like we hooked up that night, and like I fucking blew it, and she gave me fucking beer after beer after beer. We were like competing, and like I got fucking wasted, and I puked all over my bedroom floor, and I passed out. I wake up in the morning and there was like towels over everything, and she was gone, and I was like, fuck, I blew it. And then she asked to kick it the next night, and we kept kicking it. You're like, but you can go back and see like the music video we were filming that day. Mm-hmm. She's in the video, like in the background running around, like, and we're like, oh shit, like that's when we like hooked up, and like, and then Eli, like, she's all pregnant in the video, like, like I love incorporating that kind of stuff because it's real life, like, so like. I want to see like you guys do a cute little video for it. That'd be dope. But like that song's fire because it's like it's not just a rap song too. It's like a song like you made her a love song. Like
I love making, like, I've learned this over the years that I love making monumental music. Mm-hmm. It's not just a song that you can just kind of like vibe out to. That's cool, but I like making music that'll stick. Like you listen to Hay, you listen to Oxygen, you listen to like fucking even Minced Meat, they stick for some reason.
Yeah, something special about them.
Yeah.
That everybody's gonna remember. They'll go back and check. That's still there. That was dope.
That's what that originates from mood music and music to relate to. Like that music is dope. Like, so is that how KRYPTiC came about, or? So
KRYPTiC, the word KRYPTiC means a meaning which is unknown. Okay. So I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't have any clue. I'm not very religious. I don't, I actually went to church today, which is funny, but I'm not very religious at all. Yeah. I wasn't ever in my life.
You got an imposter in the crew.
Yeah.
Daydreamer.
I've never in my life really had to be involved in religion, so it's not very like, involved in my life. But I did go to church today because my girl likes to go to church. For the and I love the services. I think they're special, and the people that talk are in good.
There's a sense of community there, and family that like you don't get a lot of places because it's big, right? Like it's a big room.
I was raised off of Catholic morals. Yeah. Christian and Catholic morals. So like I have a good mind, head on my shoulders for the most part. Which I like to think so, but other people don't. But I have a good head on my shoulders, and so like
fuck those other people.
Yeah. So KRYPTiC, kind of comes from not knowing exactly why we're doing this, what we're here for. It's just and it also means like for my music, because I'll go from making Oxygen, which is like a hardcore, really like gritty, emotional, rap song, to making something like the White Hot Intensity of 1,000 Suns, which it's beautiful, it's very light, it's very
a lot of melody
different.
A lot of like
Yeah, and you listen to Hey, which is like this other love song where it's just kind of happy
crazy,
and singing, and it's joyous, you know. And then you listen to something like Minced Meat, where it's like
it's
just
mean.
it's mean, it's angry, it's hard.
It's all different sides of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The meaning of like my name is like my music is unknown.
You won't know what's coming.
It's what you perceive it to be.
Yeah.
Is what I truly.
He could be in love today, or he's gonna throw down today.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I make a lot of hyphy music too.
So how does the meaning of the word cryptic to becoming cryptic how does that how did you find the style for cryptic? Because your style's like unique. Like I don't hear anybody else doing what you're doing. Like the way you fluctuate your voice, the way you go into it. So it's like I've seen different styles of people's art, but like yours is different from a lot of them.
I would say it's influenced, but also self-taught. So I started in 2011. I just had this snowball mic, and it was recording whenever I could. Basically, whenever my brother went to sleep, you know, or he was trying to sleep, I would like be over in the corner with a laptop and a mic, just like rapping a little bit, listening to it. Saying that's trash, you know, going back
over and over again. Yep, I know.
So like, you know, it's very self-taught. It's very like, and business motive. My dad was an entrepreneur. You know, I took my drive from him, even though, you know, he wasn't that good of an entrepreneur for a little bit. Yeah. Like, I still take my drive from him and my motivation to, you know, be self-motivated. Yeah. You know, from him, and so like, so, sorry, I forgot. I lost the question.
Like, where does the style come from?
The style comes from just being self-taught, being like, whatever I think sounds good, you know? Like, I just like to make it sound like I would want to listen to it. Okay. You know? Yeah. But, like, I can understand, like, when I listen to songs like Over You or Crowded, and, you know, I know that feeling is going to translate very well. Yeah. Then, you know, I know that it's going good. Right. I think I have a good sense of judgment. Yeah, I feel like that's basically what it comes down to.
Word. Dope. Yeah, that's tight.
So
I want to get into sauce talk, bro.
Sauce talk, yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, because I got you in the room the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, I see Hot Wings. Yeah. Like or Hot Ones. Yeah. Like, so I'm sure that's influenced by Hot Ones, which is like you know, I was like, that's a dope idea. Like, it's not original, but it's like them doing it their way. Mm-hmm. And like just the conversation was just funny. Like the random questions that I would never like think to hear and something like that. Yeah. And it was just like, you guys eating wings, like you guys are in an element that you guys want to be into.
To watch them eat the bomb and stuff like that is cool too. Like, but it's funny. Like,
yeah, it's I enjoy watching it just because I know the original is just like, it's good, and so it's like for someone to be doing it here, like I want to go on the show and be like, yo, this is dope. Yeah.
We're inviting GroundUp for season 2 for sure.
Right. That's what's up.
Go eat some hot sauce on the Western Family hot ones.
You'll face all the winners. Right now, D-Lo's the only announced winner. So you'll have to watch the other episodes.
How many episodes you got right now?
For the first season, it's only 4. Because we did a very obviously low budget. It wasn't really like, you know, any money was given into it, but it was like, we got the sauces from a friend, and so we were like, we're just gonna set out and do this, you know. So shout out Cody Rotsall for
I love watching that Hot Ones show. Like, you can order their sauces off their thing, like
and do your own hot.
Yeah, they have plugs, like, and they encourage you to like go sit down and like have the Hot Ones competition on the actual Hot Ones show and stuff. They're like, get the sauces, try it out, film yourselves doing it, tag us.
That's
like,
dope.
You know, like. They probably don't want us making no money off it or nothing, so like, but like,
that's why our videos are not monetized or anything like that.
But it's hot sauce.
Yeah, but it's hot sauce.
It's hot.
You know?
And they cry about it.
It's a painful experience. It really is. So,
you know what I want to do? I want to do the one chip challenge. What's that? You ever heard of that?
The one chip challenge?
Yeah, it's like the spiciest chip in the world or whatever.
Yeah, you order it. It's like in a box.
Yeah, it's in a box. It's just one chip, and it's supposed to be really hot. And then supposedly
YouTube videos
people,
of it.
yeah, you have to YouTube the video.
Oh, that's
Bro,
not a bad idea. We should like,
like
order a bunch and then have everybody just kind of do it together.
Dude, those things are expensive though. I heard.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Pretty
so.
soon we're gonna do something stupid on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Or we're gonna go over to theirs and do something stupid on theirs.
That's funny.
Whichever's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
So you guys are continuing the sauce talk?
Yeah. So right now, only the first episode's out. The other episodes are going to be a lot shorter, just because like me and D'Lo actually took like basically a whole hour just to talk. So like it was hard for Tyson to cut
You guys
through
don't do the full lineup, huh? Not like 8 wings. It's like 4.
No, it's 6. Because we only had 6 sauces. It may be more next time. I don't know what the plan is. We just got to get more sauce basically, but
no rules.
Yeah, well, we're looking to get the hottest sauce
way.
on the website for
Which
the
one's
next
that?
one. They have the Last Dab Redux, the Bomb. There's
The Bomb is the one everybody always cries about.
Yeah,
Like that's the one that's like.
Ooh, dude, I heard people stop feeling their mouths. So I don't know.
It's literally such a crazy experience because it's just. It's pain. That's all it is. It's there's no real good taste to it. It's not really like a good. It's just literally it's punching you in the tongue. Like if your tongue was like stretched out on a table, it's just punching the tongue.
Damn.
That's literally it. But the head change after everything's said and done, it gives you such a mind-altering head change. You feel so good about yourself.
Seriously?
Yeah,
that's dope.
it's awesome.
You get high from the sauces, and then you come down. And
Hey,
it's like,
the sauce is gonna be the new drug.
yeah, Jesus.
But fuck yeah, we're gonna look into a new setup, like a new look to it.
You need
for
a
the
table
next
like
season.
this. Here.
Yeah, this
Table
would be
like
perfect.
this would be
actually.
perfect, huh?
We had a square table from my sister's house.
Yeah.
We definitely need something like this.
Yeah,
to
that'd
do
be
it.
dope.
Have people like more elevated, sitting, maybe next to each other.
Nah, this is the
of
perfect
facing-
table, bro.
Yeah.
This is literally the perfect table.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do. Planning on season 2 here, soon. Maybe get you guys in.
Yeah.
Get some new
Oh, yeah.
sauces
Definitely,
when
I'd
I
be
get my
down, yeah.
taxes and fucking knock it out.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what else you guys got in the works?
Well, Mr. Nice Tie, he's working with a lot of other people. He's working with cakes. He's working with a local school. Doing some stuff for a basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Rizzle did like a 10 music video deal.
Yeah, he just cut Rizzle a
something.
10 music video deal. He's gonna cut Take Quiz a 10 music video deal. But
He's gonna be busy.
I'm coming for you,
Sorry,
Ty.
folks.
He's gonna be hella busy.
No
But
more
he's
Mr.
ready
Nice Tie.
for it.
Hey, Ty, hit me up. Hit me up on a 10 song deal too.
Yeah, me and Tyson. Me and Tyson have been the ones that have been just consistently working on stuff.
That's dope. You said he's working with a school?
Yeah, he's working with a basketball team that Roe kind of worked him in with. A basketball team. They do, middle school events and stuff like that.
That's dope. Yeah, I got a little program I'm working on trying to get for the school to teach kids like what you need to know or what you need to get as far as like if you want to record music, do a podcast, where to put your what platforms you need to look for to put your content on, and even go as far as to like video editing and how to shoot videos and whatnot, what you need. So hopefully that goes through, but it's a slow process and we gotta get the background checks and all that done.
Yeah, he's doing Battle Creek down in South Salem.
That's dope. Yeah. That's what's up.
But yeah, Tyson's gonna be super busy. Daydreamer has the tour coming up in April. The So Below
Shouts to
tour.
the album. The album's super dope.
The album is super dope. Go cop that shit.
I want the
We
physical
bumped it
copy.
on the tour
I
bunch.
told Caleb the next time I see him, I want the physical copy.
I think I might have one in the car, maybe.
Okay.
Or, I didn't bring.
Yeah, I'll get it from you later for sure.
Just
Yeah.
down the whole time.
But so Caleb has that tour coming up. He's gonna be releasing some more new music because he never stops releasing music.
Yeah, that's dope.
I think my
Don't stop
brother
releasing.
has tax season coming out with Take Quiz, Zodiac, Alum, and CZ. They basically sat in a fucking house for a week and a half just
Yeah, I saw
pumping
their
out
sweaty
songs.
pictures. They posted
Yeah.
like 4 sweaty pictures
I
of
took
them.
those pictures.
That's tight.
I came for a night and recorded a verse for one of their songs, and then took pictures for them.
Man, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear everybody's like,
Dude,
oh,
Zodiac. Have you
lock
seen
in.
Zodiac's
Zodiac's
video?
fucking shit
That
is insane,
paper
man.
people.
I haven't.
Is
Yeah.
that like it's like 10, 12,000 views now
Yeah.
or something like that?
That's
like
what's up.
yeah, he just
Yeah.
dropped it. It's getting good traction. Like it's a good song. Like
Yeah, I
really
want
good
to. I want to
song.
see that, bro. I
reminds me
want
of
to
some
see
like
them
Panic
getting
at the
together like
Disco
that and getting
rap
hell yeah.
shit. Like it's
That,
kind of
that's what I want to see right now with this scene, like everybody connecting together
Yeah.
instead of like
yeah, dude.
like oh I don't want to work with you because of who you're affiliated with or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Yeah.
trash.
I love collaborating. I think like and it's hard because I love collaborating, but I need to start charging for features.
Yeah.
And I do every once in a while for people that I don't really know.
People get
But,
hurt.
like obviously with you guys, it ain't nothing. You know,
Yeah.
like this is my place of sanctuary. So like I will never charge GroundUp for a feature, but to people on the outside that I don't know very well or just starting to meet, I do
Yeah.
like like $100, $150 maybe, depending on your skill level. If
People
listen
get
to
hurt by
music,
that, man. People get hurt. Like I remember like coming up and being around Portland artists a lot, and then like I was around this one Portland artist I really admired and like loved his shit, and like we rocked a bunch of shows together and killed him, and he gave me props, I gave him props. Like we're like we were kind of building a friendship, I felt like, and then I approached him on a collab. He's like $300, and I remember that was the first time I was ever like hurt as an artist, where I was like, damn, I thought we were clicking up. We could make some dope music, just generic, naturally, like
Yeah.
where we can like come together and make something like that's not like manufactured by a business transaction or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's that feeling you want to capture. But they don't see you as a serious artist in the beginning, so you gotta like earn respect of a person and like be friends and like show love to each other, and like it builds a bond, and then people start wanting to work together like that. But then before that you're charging dudes like you don't know, right? Like so it's like when people don't, I don't really know that I don't really like their music that much, but I'm like like I'll be like I'll do it for like $50 or whatever. Like I do that a lot of the times. I see your prices are a little bit higher than mine, but
But it's the RON, bro.
Yeah,
like, you
like,
need you
it's
like
whatever you put your value at
Yeah,
too. Like
yeah.
it's like what's important to you about it too. Like where like it's your words like mean a lot to you, right? Like my words mean a lot to me, but I say enough of them where I'm like, I've got stuff out there I don't remember. Like you could quote me and I'd be like, that's dope, and they'd be like, who's that? Like,
Dude,
here's
where
it's you,
here's
dude.
here's where
Tell them, Chloe.
here's where I'm at with it. Like like I've
hundreds of songs.
I've approached people with like, hey, shoot me a collab, and then I'll get here's like $150, $100, $200 for a feature, and then I'll go through your page and be like, oh, there's no RON in this. Like, like the return on investment would be the equivalent to what I might be giving you. So, or even like it might be the other way around.
Yeah.
And it's like I understand that people want to come into this the music scene and be like, oh, there's money in it because I could charge you for a feature. But if you have no return on investment with the views or with money that's gonna get back to it, then then like there's
Is
only
doing
one
a
way
song
to do
with
it.
you gonna get my song more views, or is it adding value to my song? Is the song better because you're on it?
Yeah,
Is it,
I don't even
things like that. People think about like, but it depends on what you're looking for. What aspects of that you're gonna touch on? Like,
I think at some point you gotta figure out, if you're not gonna pay me for a feature, how can this go on my page to get me the views instead of you, right? Like, which would be the only reasonable thing to do. If you're like, hey, like, let me have I ask you, I want a feature. If you're going on 2 different tours and I haven't been on a tour, like, all right, put it on my page if you don't have the money to do it, and then or cut them a deal. Like, if you can't pay me today, we'll put it on my page. I'll get the views, and then once you pay me the rest, then shoot it on yours. I'll take it off mine. You get the views, and we're all cool. Like,
Or there's
it's just a balance of who's gonna be more profitable with it, because like the truth of the matter is that everybody wants to make money in this business. Like but a lot of people have to realize that sometimes it's not about the money. It's if I can't pay you for it, like maybe there's another way that I can benefit off of it instead of money. Like
And that's not even like that's not even scratching the surface to like the other side of the money, you know, coming in from music, because like, yeah, you can cut deals with other artists for collaborations and stuff, but you still got to think about, you know, your merch. You got to think about, you know, other online streaming platforms, you know, like YouTube. You need 1,000 subscribers just to monetize your music. So,
and even then there's a lot of rules. Like you can't play like unoriginal music, like you'll get your shit booted off for something that they might not like.
And a lot of people live by the ASCAP and you know, the BMI stuff,
Astro or distro, and
and like you can cut on there, you can cut certain percentages of that song to whoever. But man, I've been on all those sites, and the only one that works for me is DistroKid, just because it's the cheapest, and it's the most basic one. It's just like, put this song here. And
it's just a straight upload, like, and you pay what, like $20 a year or something, or $30 a year. I don't know. You can make money as if you put your money towards, you know, ASCAP, and then becoming the what's it called, the publisher of your music. You know, that's $100 a year. So you're putting $100 right there, and then you're putting $20, say, into DistroKid just to stream your songs, and then you've got to put, you know, money into making the song, which is, you know, depending on where you're at, it's like studio time, could be anywhere from $20 to $40 an hour, unless you're recording yourself, and then you gotta, you gotta, like, you know, find a way to cut those costs but still be cost effective in a way to where your music doesn't say that you're cutting costs, you know what I mean? So it's all about like getting like into relationships like this where, you know, and I think that comes with time, like you said, like we're in a world where everybody can just buy a mic and a PreSonus or whatever, like get a mixer and like get a computer and that's it. Like it didn't take me long to figure that out whenever I first got in the game, like where it was like, boom, I got this MXL mic, I got this USB mixer, like I jumped into recording and just like did whatever was necessary to like have something to hear, you know, like, and it wasn't always good, it wasn't the best material, and then you run across someone like Steven who engineers and mixes, and there's a bunch of those guys out there, but they're like few and far between from the artists. There's a lot more artists than there is like engineers and producers, like I feel, because
everybody sees
it's not easy, bro. It seems easier to write a rap than to mix a vocal, and so
it's a different even beast in the brain, like where like these guys aren't like, it's like math to them. It's crazy. It's like science.
You know what it is? Like, you know what it is? I think like, because I've done both. I've mixed and mastered. I write music. I think it's easier because mixing and mastering is something more creative than actually writing a verse.
When I was mixing and mastering, it was trash because I didn't know what I was doing. Like I was doing it for like 2 years, and it was like it wasn't cutting. I wasn't learning. Like I wasn't like grasping it. So like I know there's people with like a brain that's gonna like latch onto that information, you know, better than mine, you know. And then when you come across someone like Steven, who's like, he was so dope, and he's only like a couple of years into doing it, and he's like showing us what he's doing, and it's like miles ahead of what we were doing and capable of.
I would have never thought, like seeing Steven, I would have never thought he was that guy.
I ended up going in a room with him because Ari hooked me up with Ryan Carrera, and like Ryan Carrera and me ended up in a room with Steven and DJ, which was Joe Ave. He went by Young Logic back then, but then Logic blew up and changed his name. And and then Eric was there, and Eric's Vike the Villain. He was my Mr. Gray, but he doesn't really do music now. I don't hear it much. He writes, I hear, but we haven't got him in here to record or nothing. But like, those guys were in the room with Steven, and we all made a song together called Tribulations. And it was like all of us on this track, and Carrera singing the hook, and like that's when I really met Steven. I was like, whoa, dude, like you're like way better than anyone I've met, you know. Like everybody I've come into contact with, either there's something they don't know what they're doing, or like there was something they were getting wrong, or you get latency in the headphones and you can't hear yourself while you're rapping, like and they don't know how to turn that setting off, and neither do I, because their shit's all jacked up, like, you know, like, so it was a struggle to find a place that was solid, and then to find Steven was like, whew.
Breath of fresh
Yeah,
air.
we were like, shit. And now a whole like, I feel like we've kind of made a lot out of what Steven can do. You know, like what comes out of here.
Well, I mean, without Steven, we don't got.
Yeah, we don't have anything without Steven. Like with what he's created and what he's managed to like put on the settings and like the sounds. Like I feel like we have something fresh, like where it's like next to others like who are doing it themselves, and you hear like stacked vocals, like 6 stacked vocals deep, and you can hear it like and they're doing that because it's like it's in a way where like the volumes aren't measured, like they're not mastering it right, and it sounds messy and chaotic, and you can hear everything like. And then Steven would take those 6 layers and like change the frequencies and make them blend together and like sit on the beat perfectly so they're not peaking, and like he's doing all kinds of crazy like things to our vocals and taking care of them, you know, like, and it takes a while to turn that shit around. And he's working with like, in here we've had like had to be
over 20, bro.
50 plus artists at least in the last 2 years, like that have come in here consistently, you know, like where we're putting out a lot of work, and a lot of it, some of it doesn't get credited over here, but like we work heavy with Born Broke, and we show love to them, and Black Mass comes in here and we show love to them, and we talk with my team back and forth. We do ciphers with them. Like you guys got something coming up with them, right? Like
cipher wise, I don't know. They sent us a beat. I've wrote a little bit to it, and I know I've sent it to everybody on the team. I'm still waiting for everybody to get back to me about it.
See, like, and I love that everybody's coming together. Like, we're able to make all these teams. Everybody sees teams, and they click. You're clicking up. Everybody's on teams. Everybody's divided. There's no unity. But like, look at the show lineups, bro. Like the show lineups is where it's at, because you're seeing all those teams come together and draw each other's crowds together and have more community than you had by yourselves, you know, like, and it draws people in. Like we're doing Kasky, right? Like, so Kasky's coming up March 11th. It's a Wednesday, all ages, over at the Corral Club. It's over on Portland Road. It's a venue that goes way back. They used to call it Moonlight Events. They used to call it the Pink Flamingo.
It's a dope spot.
Yeah.
It's a hella dope spot.
It's a cool spot. Like, it has history. Like, I remember the first local rap show I ever attended was there. Like, DJ Byro, her first local rap show, or local show at all, not a rap show, but she ever attended, was there when she was like 13.
Yeah.
Like, so like there's history in this venue even. Like, that's we're bringing all this lineup together. Like, we got Robotic Torres hosting. We got so Beatboxer's going to be introducing every act, you know, like, and we go way back with him since he was like 13, 12 years old. His mom bringing him to the shows at Flipside, and he was on stage with us. And like, we got Cakes involved. Like, you guys are involved. Like, Daydreamer's on the lineup. That's one of his favorite artists, right?
Yeah,
like
favorite artist of all time.
Yeah, Kasky at Cash Money. So he'll be in Salem, and we got tickets for that. And then what else you got coming up? So we had So Below. You're shouting out.
Yeah, I've actually got.
He's got some tickets. He's got all these tickets.
I've got hella tickets, stacks.
Carries them on him. He's got that thing on him.
We've got our tour coming up. 5 out of the 9 dates have tickets, which would be Lebanon, Lincoln City, Portland, Olympia, Washington, and Eugene.
Dope.
Yeah. And those all have tickets. You can go on to bornbrokedifamous.eventbrite.com, and you'll find all of our available tickets for the tour.
A lot of good shows coming up. Tons
lot
of
of shit.
Like, if you guys support local hip hop, like, definitely go. What's the website?
bornbrokedifamous.eventbrite.com.
Yeah, so you go there, and there's tons of shows like to choose from, all around the region. And these guys are going farther. You guys are going to what? LA?
We're going to LA,
going to
Tucson. We didn't end up getting the Colorado date.
Yeah.
But we did talk.
We'll be back.
We'll definitely be back to Fort Collins. We're thinking about doing a standalone date out there, and just dumping as much as we can into promotions out there. Once we finish up this tour, maybe right before I take my hiatus, we'll do something cool out there, and then But no Colorado date. Didn't end up booking Albuquerque like I wanted to, but that's all right. We'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all the dates that I didn't end up getting secured for this run around. Sorry, there was a drip of water
Got
over
some
here.
drip on my table.
Yeah. But all the dates that I didn't end up securing in the cities that I wanted to this time around, I think we're going to do next time around. So we'll probably do like Grants Pass and Seattle and Albuquerque and Denver and maybe even a Montana date. Even though, Montana fucking sucks.
Gotta keep flexing.
Word.
Yeah, I can't flex my fucking leg though.
He's got one too, matching tat.
You can see it right there.
So, what, you got anything to shout out? I feel like, I don't know, you guys satisfied with this?
Yeah,
talk
that was
here?
all the questions I had for you. Like I said, for me, I just want to bring you guys, bring the artists in that I feel like need to be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you for coming on short notice. But for me, I just want you to let them know what you got going on. Congratulations on the baby again.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Congrats,
it goes
Mika.
smooth and everything's dope at the end. And that was it for me.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We just dropped another track together. Like, it's me, Rizzle Music, Imposter, and KRYPTiC here, and we stopped in Fort Collins, Colorado, and after getting stuck in Montana on the tour, we rerouted. We were fortunate enough to get a show at Hodie's Half Note that night, and we stayed at Phono Sapiens' house. Showed us a bunch of beats. We made this dope track. It's pretty sick. You could go on the GroundUp Studio YouTube page to check that out. KRYPTiC here's on it.
Yeah.
But you can go check out his White Hot.
The White Hot Intensity of 1,000 Suns.
All right, and that's the
Music.
baby announcement. It's a beautiful song. It's for his lady.
SoundCloud.com/KRYPTiC official.
Dope.
Yeah. Shouts to everybody out there watching. Thanks for 500 followers on the second
Yeah, hell yeah, that
episode
was
hasn't
dope.
even
Yeah.
dropped. Like I said, we got Kasky tickets. They got Born Broke's got So Below tickets. Hit us all up if you need some tickets. Shouts to Theory and Black Mask. I see you guys out there working. You guys got Cool Nuts coming out. Make sure you get to Cool Nuts at the Tiki Lounge over in Salem with Cool Nuts and Theory, Black Mask, all them. Rizzle Music's on the show. Yeah, lots of cool things coming up.
Yeah,
Lots
for
of
me,
cool
I
stuff.
think the project is about 75 to 80% done. Waiting for some collaborations to come back.
Yeah.
But there's a little surprise in there for the
Yeah.
project. So hopefully, we get this shit done. Like I said, 75 to 80% done, and it's coming.
Boom.
Yep, season.
Can I give a shout out?
Yeah,
one
go
more time?
ahead.
Shouts out my baby mama. I love you.
Shout outs to Born Broke, Die Famous.
Cakes.
Yeah. Shout outs to
Shout out
GroundUp.
to Cakes.
Cakes.
GroundUp.
They
This is
got
the
soft
zoo.
opening coming up. The zoo.
Yep, this
Yeah.
is